Way is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. Better see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Put the kids to bed, put on your shades, and crack open a cold one during Sports Report After Dark with Seven and Dan the Dick Warner. You can catch After Dark Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/the Sports Report podcast, and again Saturday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern on West Coast Radio. We believe that athletes are people too, and Skip Bayless is one of the lizard people. Don't miss Sports Report After Dark. For all things baseball, don't miss the Winter Meetings podcast Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern at youtube.com/the Sports Report podcast, and again Tuesday mornings on West Coast Radio at 11 a.m. Eastern.
How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the Hardwood. Stacks and I'll go ahead and bring Stacks in. Stacks, I'm just going to start bringing you just in with me, I think. I don't know. I think we're in this together. I learned from those selfish assholes that they have to come in first. Like, Seven has to come in first. Will's the host though, so Will can come in first.
Yeah, that would make the most sense in that case.
Right, but if we're working together on the show, why don't we?
Yeah, we should just come in tandem, Dan.
Goddamn. Skip and Shannon don't come in individually. Like Shannon doesn't just start on the screen and then bring Skip in. They have a host though too.
True.
So
they do. That's true.
Welcome to the Hardwood, everybody. This is a basketball show all about the NBA because me and Stacks are of a dying breed, apparently. In the Midwest of NBA fans, aren't we? Or is that?
I would say that's valid. I don't know that many Midwesterns that like it like that during the regular season. That's for sure.
There's definitely got to be some though. I mean,
yeah, well, there is, but it's just few and far between.
I feel like they follow it, but it's almost
not as it's just casually,
It's almost like they took somebody ugly home from the bar. They just don't want anybody to know, It's like
yeah,
they still have fun watching it, but they don't want to let anybody know.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll flirt with Luka and Giannis and some of those guys, but after that, it's just that's just in the privacy of their own homes.
So strange. Is it because basketball is considered it's almost like soccer?
Yeah,
it's like the American soccer kind of. They think that a lot of guys flop and stuff like that. So it's almost like the wimpy. It's a wimpy sport because it's that wimpy flop.
Sport, right? LaFlopper. Yeah, I can't stand to watch that LaFlop.
LaFlop. LeBron James and all of his money.
Yeah.
It's all of his money and his blackness is pretty much what that's a lot of what turns him off. Anyway, I digress.
Especially for the Midwesterns. But anyway,
this is a This is a basketball show, but Aaron Judge,
big one today. Big one
coming back to the
That's
pinstripes.
huge.
I said the whole time, I was like, I don't care either way, but it needs to get done early. If he's gonna go, then he needs to be like the first one, so that we can get some shit done. Yep. If he goes to San Francisco, dude, if he would have went to San Francisco at that time, like he signed today, with all those dudes already gone, dude, I would have
that would have sucked
massively. Massively fucking us over.
Absolutely, yeah. That would have definitely hurt. So I was glad to see that they got that done, just for for their sakes.
And did you see Harold Reynolds doesn't pull any punches anymore? I don't know if you've seen him lately on TV, dude. He's just like, I don't know if he had like some kind of epiphany or something, but that dude is just like, he speaks the truth, dude. He don't give a fuck. Like, I think it was because he's probably exhausted from the winter meetings and shit, and he was just like, "Fuck it, I don't even care what's coming out of my mouth."
Yeah, screw it.
Yeah, he was like, he was like, it's about goddamn time. He said it's about damn time on the TV. He said that a position player gets $40 million a year. He goes, we pay starting pitchers $40 million. He goes, what, 3 or 4 times now we've done that. He goes, and they play 30 times a year. He's like, these guys are playing 150 times a year. He's like, they're starting pitchers. Like, why is there a position player not getting paid $40 million? He's like, this is a huge step for baseball. He was all like happy about it and shit. I think he was a little bit drunk.
Oh, no doubt. Probably so. Knowing.
They talk about how awesome the fucking there's like a couple of hotels they stay in apparently for the winter meetings. They have like stay in a hotel or whatever. And they talk about how awesome the bar is. Like the bars are always just like hopping, like just dudes. Yeah, just a bunch of like
open
journalists.
Bar.
Yeah, it's just like journalists and like all these dudes just like all hanging out and they just like get wasted together. Apparently, it's like a pastime. Yeah, it's like,
why wouldn't it be? I mean, exactly. It's there for you, so utilize it.
I mean, I'm having somebody else pick up the tab for me every night at that point. Like all those owners and shit. Those guys can afford it.
Oh yeah. Well, especially when you're giving them, when you're only leaking the information they want you to leak, it's only fair that they pick up the tab.
Dude, and what a fucking the only thing he played better than turning down $213 million before the year was getting $360 million.
Was getting 360. Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that. Like, that's just insane that he just had that foresight to be able to be like, okay, here we go.
Best contract year that anybody's ever had. I mean,
hedge your bets, man. And he did it.
Outside of like what LeBron had one every year for a second because he was signing
every year for a second. Yes. Right. Yeah. So, which was so heady on his part too.
I guess it's interesting because you could say, and it's not, obviously doesn't really count because he only signs the 1-year deal, but 2016 would have been probably the greatest contract year for a player before Judge, though, even though he just does sign the 1-year deals. Like LeBron's 2016 year, that's a pretty good contract year. I think that's a pretty good, like.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that was a solid contract year for them, obviously. And it paid off. So.
But I think that Judge leaked a lot. I think Judge purposely made it look like he was flirting with San Francisco the whole time, and like he knew he was
gain some leverage. Yeah, gain that leverage, right? Absolutely.
Yeah, you got $60 million more.
$60 million. Right. Yeah, that's if that's the case, man, that's a smart business move. Congratulations to his team getting that done.
Fuck yeah. I mean, they had some, he seems like a smart guy. I mean, obviously his agent's Scott Boras. So,
right. So yeah, I was going to say he's in all things all the time. So go Scott.
Don't quote me on this, but I think Scott Boras got Alex Rodriguez that $300 million.
I was also thinking that as well. I think he's been the head of a lot of those big contracts like that. Yeah. Alex Rodriguez definitely came to mind. So
selling ketchup popsicles. That dude is just selling ketchup popsicles. The last thing on Judge, I like this as a Yankees fan. I like it a lot, and the reason is obviously because it's Aaron fucking Judge. There's not another player like him. Like there's not like, oh well, he has a major league comp. No, he doesn't.
No, he does not.
Ever.
Yeah. No, not even close. Not even close. Nope.
And the fact that he started fucking hitting for average, dude, he hit 314 last year. Like he started hitting for average. It was like, whoa, I'm okay with him hitting 265 because he hits fucking 50 homers a year. I'm not worried about you hitting 315, but if you hit 315, fine with me too. Like you're gonna lead the fucking league in everything. And he's not gonna pull a fucking he's not gonna pull a Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis and just get paid. Yeah, right.
And quit. He really isn't going to
produce, right, and not produce. Yeah.
If he wanted to do that, he would have went to San Francisco.
That's what I was gonna say. Wouldn't he went somewhere else to do that? Because there's too much riding on it to come back and not produce.
Apparently, San Francisco and San Diego both had close to $400 million deals on the table. So
I heard that this morning. He could have taken that. Yeah, he could have taken that.
But like I said on the Sports Report, like when this was in the middle of it, I was like, he is staying in New York because he saw like all of those, he saw that enshrinement in the outfield. He saw
that
all
fanfare.
Of that.
Yep. Right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
He actually
there's something to it. Yeah, there's something to it, and he's drinking that water, and he wants to prove it still.
Yeah, and he sees Brady. He sees Brady and he sees Jeter. I mean, Jeter's, and he sees Jeter and he says like, oh wow, I could be the whole rest of my life. I don't have to stop.
Correct. That could be absolutely. Yeah. No, this could be a lifetime thing for him. So good deal for the Yankees. Absolutely. As well you should as a Yankees fan.
Right. And hey, what are we gonna do if we don't sign him? If we don't sign him, I'm freaking out right now.
Yeah, well, it's like you alluded to earlier. Like a lot of those guys were gone. I think you might have been a little SOL, honestly, Dan.
It would have had to have been what? Correa? Correa's not off the board yet.
Yeah,
and then Correa and a starting pitcher, like Carlos Rodon or whatever the fuck. Like
yeah, right. What's that gonna? Yeah, that's not at that same level at all. Not even close.
No,
not even close.
They got the best player in free agency. So and yes, they didn't get him from somebody else. Like it wasn't like they had made a huge splash signing, but
correct.
Re-signed him, which is a huge deal.
Which is huge. Yeah. Because I think a lot of people thought he was out. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah. I think just from what I was reading and what I was hearing, a lot of people were guessing San Francisco. So
dude, I think that smart motherfucker was leaking that shit. I think he was making it look like he was going to San Francisco and beautiful. No, beautifully paid, sir.
That's the best way to do it, man. In order to create your leverage, got to do it somehow. We see it all the time in other sports. Baseball might as go for it. Get your money while you can.
Plus, they're gonna part of the deal apparently is that they're gonna slap the captain tag on him. And I don't know if you know anything about the New York captain tag, but they don't have a captain every year. Like most teams have a captain every year. New York specializes the captain. So the last captain was Derek Jeter. 2014.
No, absolutely. Yep. I remember that. Yep.
Before that, it was Mattingly. Thurman Munson. Babe Ruth was one. I mean, just the lore of legends.
Iconic. Yeah.
Joey D.
Yeah, that's huge. So yeah, good for Judge playing his cards right and getting that deal. So if he did leak some of that shit, bravo.
Right.
I think more players could take a page out of his book and continue that down the line. I mean, it's the only way you're going to be able to get that kind of money. I mean, granted it's a Yankees, so it's a little bit different, but still, in order to create yourself some leverage.
Right. And after he had the 62 homers and they go to the ALCS and everything. I mean, he didn't even play well in the playoffs.
It's bank. Yeah, it's bank.
Licking his fucking lips, going,
it's bank.
They have nothing on us. He's like, you have the most leverage that you can.
Most leverage as you could ever dream of having.
They either give you this, or somebody else is going to give you more.
Absolutely.
And like, there's no fucking lose. This is a win all the way around.
Win-win situation, no matter how you slice it. Absolutely.
It's a win for you, Aaron. It's a win for me, Scott. It's a win for you, Aaron. It's a win for me, Scott. It's like every scenario is a win for all of us. It's like, it doesn't even fucking matter.
They're picking petals off the flower, you know?
Yeah, I win.
One for you, one for me. Yeah, right?
I win. I win.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good.
The chances.
Good stuff.
That's all wild there, man. All right.
Absolutely.
We touched on Anthony Davis a little bit because we said that Aaron Judge is not going to be like Anthony Davis. And I honestly believe that. I think Aaron Judge wants to be like he wants to be a legend.
He wants to be that guy. He wants to be him, man. Absolutely.
That guy. And Judge worked up late dude. He's a late bloomer.
Yeah.
He was 27.
By all accounts. Yeah, that is
as a rookie.
That is late. Yeah, absolutely. That's like Luis Scola in the NBA. You know what I mean?
Right, Luis Scola. Good comp.
Yeah, except maybe not talent wise, but you know what I mean.
It's like Kurt Warner.
Yeah, there you go.
In the NFL.
Bagging groceries.
I'm not quite that late.
Yeah, not quite, but either way, it's kind of similar.
From what I heard, we're still talking about Judge, but from what I heard,
it's all good.
Yeah, fuck it. Judge, Judge, like he basically had to learn that swing through a lot. Like that's how he spent so much time in the minors, is because he was just striking out constantly.
Yeah,
striking out constantly, and he literally had to learn how to. And you know whose swing he went to? Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds, right?
One of his childhood heroes. And they said, all right, with Bonds he said Barry was big, not as big as you, but he was big, and he was short and compact. And dude, if you mirror Aaron Judge's swing to the left side, it is fucking eerily similar to that.
Eerily similar to Bonds's.
To Bonds.
Yeah,
and Bonds was a little shorter, only because Bonds's biceps were like the size of melons, and they could touch the bat.
Gigantic. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, and he's out there with like long sleeves on, trying to cover him up. Like, oh, I'm not jacked out of my mind. No way.
Yeah. No way am I juicing right now.
I definitely don't have fucking veins popping out of the front of my biceps like when I'm swinging. Like, definitely don't. But like, yeah, his swing is a little bit more compact than Judge's, obviously because Judge is bigger. But like, it's fucking borderline exactly the same. It's beautiful.
Similar. Yeah, I'll have to go. It out. Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, I did hear that, but I guess I didn't really realize that entirely, but that's cool.
He's hit 212 homers in his first 5 major league seasons. That's
major league seasons
since 2017.
That's insane.
He's 31.
He's 31.
So.
Yeah, he's still got a lot of time, especially in baseball.
And a guy broke down like dudes who have gotten big contracts at like 31. And then their productive years afterwards, there was a lot of dudes, like George Brett was one of them and shit like that.
And George Brett,
they broke down like the average amount of years that they're good and productive. Like they put like a number on like what's good, what's above average, whatever. And like the average was like 4.5 years, 5 years, something like that, which Judge is going to go longer than that. He'll at least 6. He's going to be legitimate.
Yeah. That's fair. No, that's fair. I think that's fair. 6 for sure.
Takes care of himself.
Yep.
He's gonna switch to first base at some point.
I was gonna say at some point, wouldn't you think so? That was gonna be my next question. Do you think at some point he switches?
You have to, because he's out there fucking running. Dude, he doesn't give a shit out there. He runs around. He dives for balls and shit. Like he doesn't fucking care.
Yeah, no.
Like so and that's a lot of running.
Yep.
And
a lot of.
He has one of the fastest recorded feet per second in Major League Baseball. I think was 2000. I think his rookie year when he was stealing a base, he was clocked up there with like the elite speed guys, which is fucking crazy.
I was going to say, didn't they? I think they showed something like it wasn't sports science, but they showed something on ESPN about that. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, the guy
his speed.
Yeah, the guy's a freak athlete. He's an absolute freak.
Absolutely, yeah. He's a monster. That's for sure. Freak athletic.
There's that meme going around about his high school stats. You see that?
I did not see that. Huh?
He averaged. He won a state championship in basketball. He averaged like 28 and 12 for his high school team. And then he was a center.
He seems like he'd be like a Aaron Gordon type.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah,
He just seems like he'd be an Aaron Gordon type.
I imagine him as like Al Horford, like young Al Horford.
Young Al Horford.
Yeah, like
Ooh, okay.
shooting.
Yeah,
got a good jump shot.
Good jump shot. Yeah, there you go.
Rebounds, solid. 28, 12. Horford was never 28, 12, but that's high school.
Yeah, not at all.
And then
for sure.
He was a wide receiver on his high school football team.
Yep,
I think they won a state title.
I knew that. Yeah, I knew he was wide receiver.
Can you imagine
oh my god.
That?
Oh god, that'd be like trying to guard LeBron probably back to St. Mary, you know.
Yeah, like
really?
You're one-on-one against him. You have to drop it. You have to drop somebody to him.
You have to drop somebody. Yeah, absolutely. Whew, that'd be scary.
With his presence, makes it 10 on 11 basically. Like just with his presence, like because you have to have two guys on him. There's there's no single cover
at all times. At all times, man, that's nuts. Yeah, he's a beast, man. I hope the production continues, and I hope he, like you said, I hope he, I hope the production continues, and Yankees can benefit off that here in the near future.
Dude, that reminds me, quick story that you'll like. Oh, other than Tommy Frazier recruited me in high school. I didn't tell you that. We were talking about football and Tom Osborne and all that shit. Like
all
in the midst of that last week.
Yeah,
and then I forgot to mention
the next day or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was weird because I never met him.
Where was he at?
Doane.
What school?
Doane.
Oh, that's right.
Doane. Yeah.
That's right. He went to Doane.
Right.
I forgot.
Right up by you. Kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I forgot about. I forgot he was at Doane there for a minute. Yeah.
Nebraska fans, earmuffs if you're a Frazier. Earmuffs if you're a Frazier fan. Here comes the cold water. I fucking loved the guy. Honestly,
did you?
Loved the guy. Absolutely. Yeah, I thought he was fucking cool as shit, dude. But you're not supposed to think that your fucking football coach is cool for one.
It's cool.
Not a good start.
Yeah.
Not a good start.
It doesn't give you that kind of leader that you need, that you would think you need. He's more like one of the boys, you know.
He was, and he was doing some of the college women for sure. I knew that.
Oh, no doubt. Well, he always seems sleazy, 100%. So
he was doing some of the college women,
and anytime there's money involved, count Tommy in.
Yeah, and Doane was paying him quite a bit of money just to be Tommy, right? And he's showing up to practices late. I mean, it only lasted for like 3 weeks, so like I didn't actually really get to, it was like really. It's not like he like stopped by my dorm room and told me goodbye or anything, it was just
Correct.
Okay, we have a new coach now. But so this coach had to start with players that Tommy recruited or whatever. But talent recognize talent, bro. No, I'm just kidding. No, he.
Hey man, that's when Fall City football was good too. So
back there in the day.
Yeah, back there in the day when you actually had people. So.
It's weird though because they regularly like make it further than we did in like districts and stuff. I think I don't really know.
No, they did. I mean, I was trying to remember when I was there. I think when we were there, like my senior year or something, or my senior year, we lost in the district championship game. So, but then again, that goes back to the talent level too. Talent level is different too.
It is. Yeah. I mean.
Same level of dudes. I mean, maybe it was just because I was a kid, but I felt like, like around your time and like, people after you, like, teams were bigger, and now it's just like, kids are fucking puny, dude.
I think that's partly because it seems like that, like, it seems like that. What's up, Gene? I saw you on there, loving it. What's up, buddy? Love Gene. Gene's definitely gonna be on the show because we're gonna have like the greatest show that we've ever had when Gene's on here, because that's what Gene does. Gene comes on. I don't know if you've seen Gene yet. I don't know if you're familiar.
I haven't seen Gene. Yeah, I mean, I think he's in in the fight chat. So I think he covered for me last night. I had
you guys are gonna be yesterday. You guys are gonna be great friends.
I had jury duty yesterday, so.
You had jury duty yesterday.
I got called in.
Did you actually sit
for jury? I did sit.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. So I got in there about like 10 o'clock, 10:30, and I was there till like 6 o'clock. Yeah, it was nuts.
So you had to actually go to the trial, like you.
I sat in the trial
and everything.
And I decided the verdict. Yeah, it was absolutely first time I've ever had to do that. It was absolutely crazy. Yeah.
Stacks, you know that you can just say that you wouldn't feel comfortable sending somebody to prison on your own opinion, and they'll just let you walk out.
They'll
just let you walk out.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, the process, it was kind of fun. It was kind of interesting, just seeing what it was about. So I didn't mind it. It was a criminal case too, so it's kind of interesting.
Right. I've been on the other side of those. I've been the defendant. No, but I forgot what we were talking about now.
You were talking about, Gene popped up, so we were talking about Gene because he's cool as shit.
He's Mr. Pinfall.
Yeah, and then we were talking about your time at Doane and then Fall City, how it seems like people were bigger. So.
Right. I think that's a lot of with high school athletes is after they leave, it's just a natural thing to think that you were bigger because I think that it's perception. It's 100% perception. I don't know. Obviously, some teams are bigger. Like year to year, you're going to have people who are bigger.
No, absolutely.
I don't think that there's that big of a difference. I think that people think there is mostly because there's a perception that you're, because you're in the shit. You see this, you get hit by these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like you get hit by these guys.
Right. Yeah.
You play with these dudes. You know how strong they are. You know how big they are. So like it's hard to look at a field and go, oh, Gene played fucking basketball. Gene, were you a power forward? Were you power forward, Gene? You look like a healthy Bryant Reeves. Remember Bryant Reeves from the Vancouver Grizzlies? Big country Bryant Reeves, what they used to call him.
No
Dude, you don't?
I do not remember Bryant Reeves.
The only guy that Shaq says ever gave him problems defensively. Big country Bryant Reeves.
Big countries. I think I've heard him mention, but I guess I just didn't realize that's who that was.
He was legitimately Shaq's size and a ginger. Yeah,
I'll have to look him up later.
I believe he was Irish, but he was from the United States, but played for the Vancouver Grizzlies. Power forward and shooting guard. Look at this versatile motherfucker.
Oh, look at you. He says I was positionless, man. I could play anywhere.
Exactly. Gene, today they would call that a point forward. You were a point forward. You were LeBron James' position.
Yeah, LeBron
before.
James. Before.
Maybe not before.
Well,
same time as LeBron.
Maybe right around the same time, right? Yeah.
Basically what we're trying to say, Gene, is your basketball prowess is on the same level as LeBron James's.
Even Dan can't claim stake to being positionless, so congratulations, Gene.
God, no. Oh man. Yeah. Tommy, that's what we were talking about. Tommy too, but Tommy Frazier.
The sleazeball.
Gene, Tommy Frazier was Nebraska's head coach, Nebraska's quarterback.
Yeah.
And 94, 95. It was the Grolly days. We were rolling, had the best college football teams basically that have ever existed.
What's that, Dan? What do you mean rolling? What's that? Rolling? I don't recall. Boy. Rolling. I don't know.
Oh my God. We just didn't lose games, bro. We just didn't lose. If we lost, everybody drank themselves into a stupor. King Emerson over King James. Well, yeah. The Bible.
There we go.
Diamond Dallas Page over King James. Gene, you've seen the movie what is it? Ready to Rumble? You guys seen with David Arquette and
David Arquette. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Have you guys seen that?
Yep.
They have like a movie version of Diamond Dallas Page.
And
he's the king. He's the king. And it's fucking, he crowns people instead of like does the diamond cutter. It's a crown.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, he crown us. And like they get his special move at one point, and it's like totally just Diamond Dallas Page. It's supposed to like look like him and everything. Like it's great. That movie's fucking awesome. David Arquette's mom's like, wrestling's just fake, and he's like, wrestling's not fake. Just fucking full scream. He's just fucking pissed. Wrestling's not fake. Yeah. Shit's fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, it was a total like. It's probably a piece of shit movie I haven't seen. Ready to Rumble. There you go. Ready to Rumble. Love DDP. Yes. Still not in the fucking Hall of Fame, Gene. Still not in the.
Sad day for that.
Here's how I know that he should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know enough about wrestling to know if he should or not, but I know who Diamond Dallas Page is. That's a good start.
Therefore, that's a good start. Yeah, I mean,
it is.
But Dan, it literally seems like, I mean, it seems like they're just throwing anybody in these days. So, if they can just throw anybody in, I think he should get one.
Goddamn, Fred McGriff just made the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame.
For sure.
I mean, Crime Dog, mad respect, bro. But like, you had on the same ballot who didn't make it, Roger Clemens, and Barry Bonds. Just throwing it out there. Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds. Jeff Bagwell's in the Hall of Fame. You ever see him in the fucking early 2000s? Do you think he was maybe doing some whey protein or anything like that? Dude, Jeff Bagwell was fucking huge. He was huge. And like, I don't understand like what you have to break records. You have to break records doing steroids is what it is. That's what they get mad about. Like,
that's
you start
what
breaking,
they get mad about.
Don't be breaking fucking. Don't be breaking Hank Aaron's record on them steroids. No, don't be breaking Hank Aaron's record on them steroids. We ain't putting you in the Hall of Fame. What the fuck are you talking? So I think honestly, if Barry Bonds doesn't have 755, he has a 752. He's in the Hall of Fame
because it didn't break the. Yeah, that's fair. I never thought about it like that, but yeah.
They just they weren't going to tolerate. Yeah. I think when he passed Babe Ruth too, and he was just clearly just hitting 73 home run. He hit 73 for one. That's number like past McGuire and Sosa also juicing.
Yes, no doubt, 1,000%. Both those dudes.
We're just going to let that go though, because they revived baseball in the late 90s after the strike, and after just people just hated baseball. They were like, McGuire's out there hitting fucking one-hand home runs. Swung like this. That was his whole swing.
Yep.
And Sosa's got a fucking 2-foot high leg kick, hitting balls 515 feet, and we're like, this is totally normal. Totally normal. No, they're fine.
Practically into Lake Michigan over there.
Any ball they touch goes 450 feet. Check. Gotcha. That's totally normal. It seems normal. Look at Sosa hit 60 home runs 3 straight years.
Yeah.
60 plus 3 straight.
That's insane. Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's crazy to think about that. Yeah.
They were clean though. Those Stacks. Those guys didn't touch that juice, bro.
Yeah, not at all. Those were the clean days.
I mean, McGuire definitely didn't have stretch marks on his neck where his traps almost busted out of his skin. He definitely didn't have those. Right? That's not what I remember.
Yeah, that's not what you saw. Not with those eyes.
Yeah, he definitely hadn't been doing roids since like the late 80s with Canseco, who just came out and told everybody, like wrote a whole book about it, and everybody was like, no, McGuire's fine.
Yeah,
like no, cool. He's not.
He's cool. He's cool.
He revived baseball. Barry Bonds.
Do you think like in this day and age people just don't care? I mean,
about what?
About steroids.
I think people care way too much.
I mean, even in this generation of baseball.
Yes. Like,
you think so?
Yeah. Like you would think that like a logical person would just be like, these are modern day gladiators.
Because I don't give a shit, Dan. Like, if they want to juice, like, who gives a shit?
Exactly. Like, why would you? Like,
who gives a shit?
Why are we not just taking it to the team physicians and being like, hey, you could just like, why don't you administer these correctly so they're not having to like 2 dudes who have no idea how to use a syringe are shooting something into each other's butts. It's like, what the fuck is going like they're doing it illegally. They're doing way too much of it. Like they're doing way too much. So it's having bad side effects. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them had fucking anger issues, shit like that. Like, obviously neck fucking stretch marks.
But I mean, you can't tell me that like, even some dudes in the NBA haven't done something, right? And then obviously, NFL for sure. And it's like, it's just so weird. I mean, I realize it's America's pastime, so it's looked at differently, but it's just like, we don't give a shit in basketball or football, but yet here's baseball. And it's like, oh my God, let's burn the house down.
Yeah. Like, baseball and cycling. Apparently fucking Lance Armstrong's fucking like clean urine is like a thing that we give a shit about.
Tour de France.
Oh my God, dude. If I'm fucking cycling, if cycling is my sport,
take that Live Strong bracelet off, Dan. God damn it. Take it off.
I am juicing like a motherfucker. Like I'm Live Strong juicing. That's what my fucking bracelet says. Just Live Strong juicing. Like I'm going to be able to literally move my legs in a circular motion for so long that nobody will ever be able to beat me. It will be like, and dude, Lance Armstrong is a perfect example of
He is.
Steroids don't make you, unless you want to build bulk, steroids don't build bulk. Steroids literally,
Absolutely.
and Tony got fucking killed for this on a fucking reel. I don't know if it's like the most watched reel that Tony's ever, or I have ever been in, but I don't really say anything. But Tony's talking about how Barry Bonds, about like, he's like, steroids basically just like repair muscle fiber more quickly.
Fiber.
That really is all they do. And yes, they make you fucking stronger and shit. Like if you use them correctly, it's duh. But
Absolutely.
like with Lance Armstrong, that's all it did for him. Like it just like it instead of his muscle fibers having to repair themselves by themselves, he just sped up the process and he was like
faster.
back at it.
Yep. Made it faster.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's just I've just always found that weird that like, I mean, granted it makes sense, but it's just one of those things where it's like, in football we don't give a shit. And I know basketball players are using something. Dude,
LeBron, I don't honestly say
LeBron, but the hyperbolic chambers and all that shit, everything Kobe was doing. I mean,
yeah, I have a theory that LeBron has like a secret Mexican laboratory where he has like he pays like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for these people to like basically just try and figure out.
He's working on his body, on his body.
Yeah. And they have all of his like DNA and everything and how his body will interact with these drugs. All they do is test him.
Because he just has all this fucking money and it's like, why not? Like if it's going to prolong me. I mean, what? He's like 38, 39 now. So.
Yeah. He'll be 38.
He'll be 38, right? Yeah. That's what I thought.
80. He was born in 83. So he'll be 38 in
30.
No, he'd be 38, I think, in December. Yeah. It's December 31st, I believe.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure too. Yep. But I couldn't remember if it was 38 or 39. But either way.
He should have been born in 84, but he was born on December 31st of 83. So that's right. That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Anyway, he's old as fuck for the NBA.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Chris Paul, you can't tell me Chris Paul is not doing something either.
That's a good segue, actually, because
he's rejuvenated his career a little bit, and so it makes you wonder.
It does, and and he's injured all the time, which
and it's helped him because he's been healthy late. I mean, granted, now obviously age is catching up because it always does. But I mean, I'm just saying, like he's had a run. So after all these, injury riddled seasons, like last few years, man, he's been healthy as a horse. Oklahoma City year, oh my God.
And biggest side effect, unfortunately, when they are not even used incorrectly, it's just basically like when you do steroids, your muscles and your tendons don't grow with, it's not for repairing muscle and tendon. So that tends to be the issue a lot. Like David Boston guy, you're probably too young to remember. Went to Ohio State. He was a wide receiver in the NFL for the Cardinals. This is around 2004, 2005 area. My favorite wide receiver, right? And I figure out he's 6'4", about 245, 250 pounds, plays for the Chargers, plays wide receiver, ran a 4.3 40-yard dash at 250 pounds. That's when HGH was not it was legal.
It was not. Yeah, it was not illegal or tested
legal in the NFL. So he's openly doing it. There's an awesome fucking Sports Illustrated article about it and shows some pictures of him where you're like, whoa, bro. Like,
holy shit.
Back up a little bit. Back up. Because everything was getting bigger. Like his head was getting rounder and bigger. And like everything, like he was basically just like becoming a big, like instead of like getting stronger, it was like, or more ripped. It was like everything was just basically getting bigger. Like it was like
just bigger, just massive. Yeah, massive, dude. Holy shit.
He just straight green mushroomed it from Mario. Just fucking.
I'll have to search that. That's interesting.
David Boston, yeah, but he ended up. Point is, he ended up fucking had to quit the NFL. His whole career was over because 1 year comes out at 265 pounds, playing wide receiver, fierce, bro.
Jesus
like
Christ.
For a year, he's a beast. For a year, he's a beast.
For a year, he's a beast. Yeah.
And then comes out off season, training camp, plants on a fucking route, on a post route, tears his Achilles tendon, breaks it in half, goes through all of the rehab to come back, probably still doing HGH, comes back next year.
No doubt.
Juiced as he's ever been, looking like fucking like nice Hulk from the Marvel movies, just walking around fucking just signing autographs, can't even fucking like lift his hand up to his fucking face and shit. And what's he do? Same fucking Achilles.
Same Achilles. Shit.
In half again.
Oh shit.
You're not supposed to be that fast or
Correct.
put that amount of torque on
the
tendons that are not made
tendons. Right. Yep. Wow.
It's like he turned into a Monstar from Space Jam. like the purple Monstar. Like that's like you can't do that. Like his bones would have stayed the same size. Like he would have got injured. Yeah, that's what they say. And that's the biggest downfall about steroids is like
right.
You're packing a lot of shit onto a frame that might not be able to handle it. Like a car chassis it can't handle a fucking V8. You know, it's like it's gonna twist it up and fucking
and then eventually it's gonna eventually you're gonna run out of time.
It almost makes you wonder why LeBron hasn't got hurt more.
Yeah,
because I think honestly, that he's naturally like early in his career. I don't think he was doing anything. I think he was naturally fucking amazing.
No, I mean, because you saw him, his rookie year. I mean, obviously he got stronger, but it wasn't like, it wasn't,
Dude,
right.
the 2012 NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see the most freakish fucking athlete that's ever fucking touched the NBA floor.
Yep.
Go
back and watch some of that shit. Go back and watch some of that shit, people.
27-year-old LeBron.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Scary. Absolutely scary.
Every game that I watched, he did shit, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I'd never seen it before. I was like, how in the fuck did that just happen? Like, did he just freak athlete his way into that play? Like he just did. Freak athlete blocks from like across the fucking just
those chase downs. Those fucking chase downs. God.
That dude making those video about those chase downs is so accurate. Like he like slows down, like takes the angle on it. It's so ridiculous though, because who is that good of an athlete to fuck with people and like trail behind them? That's what people don't get about. Like, it's a chase down block. Dude, he's accelerating like you would not believe to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking with people. Fucking people.
And just his timing, to be able to match up with that and then to accelerate at the right time, like it's just absolutely nuts.
He was just waiting for you to leave the floor. Like, right when you leave and jump, it's over. It's over. If he times it right,
it's a wrap.
Good luck.
Yeah. Get that shit out, basically.
That's Karl Malone. That's Karl Malone with a 45-inch vertical. Good luck. Like it's like he's like.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great comparison.
But
yeah.
Good segue though, because Anthony Davis scores fucking, oh God, here we go. I feel like I should just be playing a broken record in the background. Explodes 10 games in a row.
10 games in a row. Yeah.
30 plus.
30 plus. 40.
The last of which he goes for fucking 55. Double nickels.
Absolutely.
And comes out 2 days later and he's sick.
Illness, yeah. And didn't play tonight either.
Totally understandable.
Nor did LeBron. Yeah. But that
probably
was
100% has the flu.
The flu.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
But what I am saying is like this is stuff that only
it's predictable. It's predictable.
To Anthony Davis.
Absolutely. Yeah, 1,000%. I know I said it last week, I think, before, he kind of went on this tear here with with these scoring explosions, but to me, still no dog though. Still no dog. I don't think I can ever give it to him because I mean, granted, I realize he's not always healthy, and obviously that's what you're alluding to. But it's just there's no dog there, and
I don't think there ever was.
No, I don't think so either. I think he got magnetized that he did because of the fact that he was in New Orleans and they didn't have a ton in New Orleans around him. So it magnified that to make it seem like he did. And then obviously, when you get to play with LeBron, people get to see it. You're on the stage now.
Right. But Stacks, even in New Orleans, he was big fish, little pond, I think. He was literally, like you said, I mean, at the same time, I don't think there was any dog there though. Like he was just putting up numbers. No.
Correct. I mean, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. I think, but like I said, I think it just, I'm in my mind, I think it made it a little bit more prevalent when he got to, obviously when he got to LA and played with LeBron. But I think, I think there was times I think people thought he did, when they had Cousins and all them and those boys down there. But no dog. Unfortunately,
for dog status for both of us, Stacks, I can already tell you that you can't just be a dog when it's fortunate for you to be like, you can't just be a dog when you're up.
When it's convenient for you, yeah.
You can scream as much as you want after you get an and-1 when you're up 12 in the NBA Finals in 2020 when it's in the bubble.
Still makes you soft as fuck.
But when you're getting beat, I see you, Anthony Davis. I see what you do. You got a lot of quit in you, bud. Like Anthony Davis got a lot of quit in him. And
yes, he does.
I don't even like. He's probably a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't.
Probably a nice dude. Yeah, but just and
if you asked,
it's sad for LeBron to sit there and say, "Okay, yeah, now it's the time for him to take over." I think at this point, LeBron is smart enough to realize he's not going to take over anytime soon. So.
Bro, if we got LeBron like drunk in a bar and we got like an honest good hour conversation with him,
or like
he's telling us that
slipped him some truth serum or something, he'd tell us.
Well, obviously we're gonna roofie him. I mean, if we have LeBron in a bar, by himself and nobody knows he's there, we're roofing that motherfucker.
Oh, no doubt.
Don't you guys worry about what we're gonna do with him later. You fucking worry about it. Mind your own goddamn business. We're definitely gonna need some answers first. But he would seriously tell. I think he would just tell us to be like, no, it's no.
Yeah.
Like I know that's not going to be like, yes. Can he take over productivity wise? Yeah,
yes.
he can pick up for my 6 points, or not even 6 points. What is he? He's averaging like 27, so like 3.5, 4 points.
Right. Or an off night when he has like 22.
And I don't have to be the guy who constantly fucking is the go-to dude on offense. Like, I don't have to constantly be that guy. Like, yes, he can take some fucking pressure off me, but there ain't no fucking goddamn way that guy's gonna take over as the leader of the team when I'm on it. Like, there's absolutely zero way. And like, I think LeBron wants that. Like Batman.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Like his Kyrie. He wants something. I mean, not that they're the same player, but I'm just saying he wants somebody like Kyrie that's going to be able to come in and just say, you know what, LeBron, hang on, I'll carry it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And he just doesn't have that ability. I mean, yes, productivity wise, I agree with you. He can do that, but to be able to help you and elevate you in a series.
Yes, exactly. There's so many more things that go along with being the guy. And LeBron has always been the guy on every single team that he's on. It's always the guy. I think that secretly he's probably going, fuck, when does this end? Like, when can I just fucking be a 2? Like, I want to be a 2.
I want to be a 2.
40. I'm fucking 40.
It should be time for him to be a 2 at this point in his career.
And nobody is gonna nobody is gonna do that. Like, unless he literally gets traded to fucking, if he gets traded to Phoenix, say Phoenix trades for him hypothetically. Then there is like a combination of 2 guys that are definitely the number 1.
That are definitely and you
can chill.
You can chill. Yeah. Right. Step up when you need to, play those more clutch minutes when they need you and, win another ring. But, it's sad though, because I feel like LeBron kind of put it on himself a little bit too.
He did.
With this whole roster and everything, it's just, it's too bad because, you kind of had to see the the forest through the trees there, and he definitely, whether it was just the LA and like the movie scene or whatever the fuck, it's just too bad. Yeah, I think that's what makes him a little bit different than KD. Not that I'm comparing them, but KD's all about that ball, and
he is.
And LeBron is, LeBron's about that ball, but it's a little bit different now because
it's way different because
way different.
KD's strictly about the ball.
Absolutely.
And there's so many different elements to LeBron's thing. I think that you can have the dog in you just naturally, like when you're born, right? Like Pat Bev had the dog. Pat Bev had a dog in him. That motherfucker probably is raised by dogs, right? Like
that's the only thing that motherfucker has. He ain't got no game, but he's got some dog.
Got some dog in him, right? So like exactly, that's the only thing he has. That's why it's
the only thing he has.
It's
only thing
prominent.
He has. Absolutely. Yep.
I don't know if LeBron James probably originally had dog, and then became LeBron James, and
in Miami.
Fucking some kind of like I think it probably even happened in high school where like everybody was like just sucking on his wiener the whole time talking about how fucking great he was.
Absolutely.
And he probably went, well, I don't need to have the dog anymore because I'm just like fucking so much better than everybody else.
Because I'm a phenom. Then he
came to the NBA and he started getting beat, and he started listening to these motherfuckers talking about how he was getting beat, and the dog came back, and the dog went, hey, let me outside again, motherfucker, let me outside. And that's when he brought it back, and that becomes 2012. Yeah, that becomes 2012 and on.
12. Yep, absolutely.
Dirk Nowitzki, you could say that Dirk Nowitzki directly let the dog out of the cage.
Yes, absolutely. I was just getting ready to say that. Yep.
Dirk Nowitzki is opener, is breaker of chains.
Absolutely. Thanks,
He
Dirk.
is breaker of chains.
Absolutely. 1000%.
Thanks, Dirk, in general. Just thanks.
Just in general for your career, man. You're magnificent and you're one of a kind, and we appreciate your style of play. Thank you.
Dirk, dog.
Yes.
Motherfucker has some dog in him.
1000%. Yes. If there's one guy, absolutely.
They used to talk about how he's such a nice dude. Such a nice dude off the court.
Yeah, right.
And just a fucking dog, like on the court. Like he will fucking talk shit,
Yep.
elbow you in the face. It don't fucking matter. He's going down with it. And he'll get his ass kicked by every guy on the fucking floor. Like every dude is bigger than him and fucking stronger and probably more athletic than he is.
And he doesn't give a flying
barking.
Fuck.
Nope. Hitting jumpers, fucking barking at people's faces, doesn't give a shit. Like, I'm surprised he didn't get punched one time, but I mean, he almost did. But yeah. Dog. But I don't think LeBron had that though. I don't think LeBron had that after his high school shit, because it was like, oh, you're the greatest at, like, you're the phenom. You're the fucking chosen one.
You're already there. You're Jordan already. We don't.
You're the chosen one.
You're Jordan already, man. Yeah.
Says a lot about LeBron James' personality that he was able to kind of rein that in.
Overcome that.
Can you imagine that? Like, I can't fucking imagine that.
At that age too, like, I mean, just think of where you were at that age, and it's just like, holy shit, like that got placed on his shoulders, and it's just like, for him to go on and be able to do the things he's done with that on him is just, it's remarkable.
I mean, probability wise, for any career, LeBron should have got caught with a hooker at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got caught killing a hooker, or like beating one up.
That too, professionally and personally, at some point there's a slip up. It's like Tiger Woods.
Yes, and Tiger once the cat was out of the bag, no pun intended, was just like, dude, I've written letters to Tiger Woods on Facebook. You should. I'll send you one later. But like, I asked to be his DD. I've asked to like I want to be his driver, like his driver. But like, yeah, he's just fucking, dude. The guy, I love the dude to death. He was one of my childhood heroes. I mean, him and Jordan were like kind of hand in hand.
Right there.
A little bit later. Tiger was kind of our time.
For sure.
But just fell the fuck apart. His wife's chasing him around with a 9-iron. He's all fucking loaded up on fucking Adderall and
poor dude. Running into trees and shit, man. Oh,
hitting trees.
Poor fella. Hitting trees. Yeah.
Cheating like he has relationships, not just having sex with these women.
Not just I was gonna say
ongoing, like 12 separate relationships at the same time. A, not the best move, but B, recognizes skill. Because I mean, how in the fuck do you pull that off? Like, you got to be fucking pretty like invested in what you're doing every day and every minute of every day to like maintain 12 relationships all at the same time.
And Dan, it's that Kevin Gates song. He's got 2 phones.
Oh yes, I think Tiger. That's the fucking hilarious part. Tiger didn't give a fuck so much. Like, he thought he was on such a different fucking astronomical level that he just used the same phone. He was leaving voicemails that started with, "Hey, it's Tiger." Like, that dude was just thought he was fucking invincible, bro. Like, he didn't give a fuck.
No.
He didn't give a fuck. Have you seen the fucking documentary where there's the call girls from Vegas talking about, like, they clearly fucked Tiger. They don't say that, but like they say, like, yes, we obviously were like his escort girls. They fucked Tiger. The stories that they tell about his hotel rooms, dude. Holy fuck.
I can't even imagine. This one
chick says that he was rotating in the same looking kind of girl. It was blonde, tan. This, like, he had a very specific like type of girl.
Type. Yeah.
All of them were the same type, almost looked the same. And he is rotating these women in for like 3-4 hours at a time, like 20, 25, 30 of them. Just 3 at a time. She said 3-4 at a time. This motherfucker's in there just slanging, bro. Yeah. And he's like passing out in the middle of it. You know, he's passing out. Doesn't feel a fucking thing because he's so loaded up on Vicodin and his dick's just completely like, just going at it, dude. Like, what the fuck? None of us saw that one coming.
Not at all.
Not one of us saw that one coming.
Man, wow. Yeah. No, I hadn't seen that documentary. I need to get my hands on that one.
Oh my God. The Tiger stories are great, dude. And all of the women that he's ever with don't say a fucking bad word about him. Not one of them can bring themselves to talk shit about him. Because I think that he was actually trying to have 12 different relationships at the same time. He's actually trying to make all of them good. Like, he was
trying to be a genuine dude, you know?
Not only is he having 12 relationships at the same time, he's good at them. Like, he's in a healthy relationship with 12 different women at the same time, including his supermodel wife, who he lives with.
Damn, Dan, we need to take notes, man. How the hell do you do that, man?
Like Ron White says, he's like, I wonder what kind of cologne he wears. Like, smell like him.
For sure.
It's like, I didn't never meet that whole thing was going on with Tiger. I didn't ever meet one guy who gave a fiddler's fuck what he did. He's like, I never heard one guy go, "Oh, Tiger did that. I'm dropping AT&T." Like, no, nobody gave a shit. I don't know what he smells like.
So much for Degree deodorant, God damn it, or whatever it was.
It's unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, so much for Degree deodorant. I'm out, or whatever it was.
The guy that I can never remember his name, dude from Childish Gambino. You know Childish Gambino?
Yeah. Yes.
What's that guy's name? He's an actor too.
God damn it! What is his actual name? I'm gonna look that up. I know it too. That's the sad part. Let me look that up.
I sometimes forget that we have the internet as like a separate thing.
Right. Yeah.
We can just look shit up. Donald Glover.
Glover. That's it. God damn it. Glover. Yes.
Donald Glover does a fucking which me and Tony have watched on an After Dark episode. It's a Funny or Die thing where he's like, "I'm Tiger Woods and I fuck bitches." It's like, he's just doing a Tiger impression, and the whole monologue is fucking fantastic, dude. Like, it's amazing. I wish it was on here. Tony probably has it uploaded somewhere, but yeah, it's fucking great, dude. We laughed like that shit is hilarious. But I'll send you that. But yeah, dude, it's so good. I'm Tiger Woods and I fuck bitches, and it's almost like so matter of factly, like, I just fuck bitches. He doesn't give a fuck.
Absolutely, that's great.
Speaking of Tony Gladstone, let's get to Tony's team real quick. He's the next on my. Real quick on the Lakers. Real quick on the Lakers. 13 seed. They're the 13th seed in the West. Okay.
They are.
Listen to this.
They are.
They are 10-13. Only 5.5 games behind first place.
Behind first place. West is wide open, Dan. West is wide the fuck open.
That's the Wild West for sure. That's going to be
Wild West for sure.
Interesting.
1000%. No doubt. Granted, I think the East is a little bit more, there's like, top two. you got Milwaukee and you got Boston, and everybody else is playing.
Well, yeah, in the East, 12 and a half games separate 13th place and first. So you're looking at that's a big difference.
That's a big
gap.
The
East is top heavy, dominant, and the West is the wide open one. It's almost the reverse of what has happened. Like usually in the West, there's like
it's usually the East. Yeah, it used to be the East, and now it's flip flopped. Absolutely
weird, right?
Yeah, so, no doubt.
There was that little note, but yeah, the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns, and Tony made a fucking really interesting suggestion about this, and he's Tony, so sometimes he doesn't really know what he's talking about. But he said that no, he made this is an interesting suggestion. What if LeBron James? It's not going to happen. LeBron's just going to be in LA for the entire day this year. But if he got traded to Phoenix, could you bring LeBron James off the bench? Would he ever allow that to happen? Or it's because stylistically and from a strategy standpoint, not a bad idea.
I was going to say, it sounds pretty good, right? Yeah.
He's the best sixth man in the league.
He's the best sixth man in the league, period. Right now.
He's the best sixth man probably ever.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too.
At this age.
At this age, ever. But no, I don't think he comes off the bench, obviously, because he's with his boy Chrissy Paul. So I don't think that would be the case. But not to say that I wouldn't love to see that. I think at some point, honestly, Dan, like at some point, we're going to have that conversation about him being a sixth man at some point. Don't you think? At some point in his career? At some point.
Because I think what's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is he'll place it. He'll be the sixth man on a team, but he'll still start. So what they'll do is he'll be the first sub.
It'll be like that James Harden type thing. Or I'm trying to think of who it was where you play like the first, James Harden would like come in after like the first 2 minutes, basically.
The reverse of that. So like he'll start, and then like 3 minutes in, they'll sub in their actual starter that they want to start.
Yep.
And then he'll come in with the second. He'll come back in with the second unit.
Yeah.
7 to 8 minutes in.
Or some shit like that. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. No, that's fair. I never thought about it like that. But yeah.
He deserves the honorary start, like Cal Ripken in his final fucking All-Star game.
He does.
So he should deserve the honorary start the rest of his. And I don't think any coach is going to make him not do that, because it's not like if he's still playing and they know that LeBron James is still a shell of LeBron James, he's still better than Markieff Morris.
Yeah. Yes. Fair. But the only way I could actually see him doing something like that out of selflessness is if he's playing on his kid's team, wherever that may be.
Is in his starting spot. Yeah. He'll go to the bench.
He'll go to the bench. That's and that's what I was wanting to get at, was that would be the only way I would see him doing something like that. Yep.
Speaking of fucking Bronny James fucking Jr., god damn. Did you see his high school? I just like randomly went by this video of him and another guy at their high school game.
Yeah.
Dunking it pregame.
Yep.
And I was like, good. When did Bronny James get like daddy hops? Because that dude can fucking fly.
Yeah, he did. It's definitely been a progression. It seems like. Granted, I haven't watched everything, but it definitely seems like he's leaps and bounds from where he was.
He's training like a motherfucker.
No doubt. Especially with that. Are you kidding me? I mean, you got the world at your fingertips.
He's definitely driven to be. I mean, you have his name. You're good at basketball. Why you're gonna naturally just work like you like it. He likes it.
For a time though, I didn't know if he was like all the way invested, but
that's Bryce.
Oh, that was Bryce. Well,
yeah, Bryce, the younger one, is the one that's not.
Bronny was the one that got like an E-game sponsorship and stuff, right? Wasn't that wasn't that Bronny?
Fucking...
Yeah, like I don't remember what it. But that's what made me think it was Bronny. So like I meant like towards the beginning of it, I didn't think he was all the way invested, but he's definitely stepped it up for sure.
I think Bronny does that still, because on Twitter.
Right, because he's getting money for it. Absolutely.
Yeah, he gets paid to play. What's the fucking game, dude? We're fucking terrible at video games.
I don't know.
Fallout or no. Nope. It's
Modern Warfare or something. I don't know.
It's like an app. I think it's not even like a computer game.
It's a weird one. It's a weird one.
Fuck.
But
I know it off the top of my head.
it'll
But
be
yeah, it's like a
interesting to see
military.
if he goes to college, though. Don't you, Dan? I think it'll be interesting if he goes to college, because right now it's obviously he's grandfathered in, we already knew that he would be grandfathered in, but he's got to deal with Nike, so it's obviously going to be a Nike school if he goes to college for a year. So
which kind of leans towards the OT, the high school, like it's like that post high
that
school
overtime
elite,
overtime elite. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
that'll
what
be
it points
interesting.
towards.
Yeah, but
Because
no, definitely. I've seen some highlights of him, and like I said at the beginning, I wasn't quite sure, but that was when he was a bit younger, and I know that the younger one, Bryce, I know he's not all the way there, but I kind of thought that with Bronny there for a while, but he's definitely stepped it up. So, like you said, when you got the name, you feel
and you got
obligated
those
to
genes.
live up to it. Those genes,
You
yeah. I was
clearly
gonna say,
have those
put them to
genes.
good
Like,
use. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, use them.
LeBron just should have skipped the whole process and just married Brittany Griner. And they should have just done the whole thing.
Oh my God, could you imagine that, baby? Holy fuck.
Abracadabra Victor Wembanyama. Is that what happened? People are like, is that what fucking happened? Like, no,
yeah.
that's not what happened. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about it though, Dan. At some point a story's gonna come out, so you never know.
Oh, it's got to. I mean, there's already been shit leaked about like. So here's what I gather. We're gonna start talking about some shit that's so far off topic. Here's what I've heard happens in the James household, and I think that a lot of other people have heard this too. Savannah James, LeBron James' wife, gets 100% okay. She gets to literally vet anybody that LeBron is going to sleep with outside of her. She gets complete vet process to meet them, everything. Do weird, like that's weird, dude. That's fucking craziness. But like, how crazy is their life though at that point? Like, how, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they're doing things like that to like stay in a happy marriage, good for them, dude.
Yeah, straight up.
That's amazing, isn't it? Like,
if that's what it takes, congratulations.
If that is true, what a woman, Savannah. Like, seriously, like, what a woman.
Yeah,
because she understands.
She understands she understands the pedestal and the and the prominence, and not only that, like, look at her life. Where would she be right now otherwise?
Yes, I mean, obviously he has given her these, and I'm not even saying that, like, I don't probably think that LeBron James thinks that he needs to fuck other women. You know what I'm saying? But like,
no,
it's probably on a basis of like, if it's gonna happen, she would rather know about it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's gonna run across her, and they're gonna do, they'll be thorough about it. So props to them.
And it also would make you, and I can't even like imagine put myself in LeBron James's fucking shoes, but it would make you at least step back and think about, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, no, I can totally do this, but
do I want to? Yeah.
She's got to get vetted by, and like, and then they have the conversation, and it's like an actual whole process that's like, okay, well, do I really want to do this or not? And if at the end of it, he's like, yeah, I still want to do it. She's probably like, okay. And if he's like, she's probably like, okay, well then not. And that's the end of it.
What a life. I mean, what a life.
What a fucking weird life, right?
What a life that would be.
What a life.
God,
what a life, LeBron.
Your wife's just vetting your bitches for you.
Right. For you to have separate Tiger Woods relationships with. He gets to okay all of them. LeBron's just fucking, oh man. Yeah. It's just craziness. It's just craziness.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's nuts to think about.
I told Tony we're going to talk about his team.
Let's do it.
He's not even watching anyway, so fuck him. But, no, Devin Booker. I don't believe you, Devin Booker. That's what I say every time. I don't believe you until you show me that you're
playoffs, like, Devin. Playoffs, Devin.
I'm like a fucking toddler testing his parent.
Yep.
I'm just going, I don't think you're gonna fucking hit me. I don't think you're gonna fucking hit me, Devin. You gonna hit me? I'm just throwing my blocks at his head.
Come on,
you gonna hit me?
Yeah.
Devin, I don't think you're gonna fucking do it, pussy. And like, that's what I am with Devin Booker right now. I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't think you're gonna do it, Devin. What are you gonna do? You gonna win that fucking title? Show me.
Playoffs, Dan, is when it matters.
Playoffs?
Playoffs.
Show me
Yeah.
playoffs.
Right. Playoffs. Yeah.
Show me
Yep.
Devin Booker. Show me whole fucking team, by the way. Chris
Dude,
Paul, you're not
DeAndre
fucking
Ayton's showing you right now. Dude, I remember when Seven was dog shitting on DeAndre Ayton here during the offseason a little bit when I was on one of your shows. DeAndre Ayton is fucking coming for everybody who said anything about him last year.
I love DeAndre. I've always
love DeAndre Ayton. Love DeAndre
been in
Ayton,
his
man.
fucking corner.
Absolutely.
And Tony seems to think he plays fucking soft, which I don't actually see.
No, I don't see that. So, I mean, maybe I just need to be more, readily educated by Seven's knowledge, but I don't see that.
No. You have to, I think that what Seven's not factoring in is that this is the NBA now. DeAndre Ayton plays as physical as you can fucking possibly play for a 5 in the NBA right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, within the confines of today's game, he is as physical as it gets.
Yeah, he's aggressive and as physical as he can be.
Absolutely.
Without becoming a problem. Like he would become a problem if he was any more aggressive at this point. Like because it's ticky tack, dude. Like
it is ticky tack.
It's how the game changed.
1000%. Yep.
I'm fine with it because I still like watching it. Like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No
I get the whole thing with the refs and everything, and like
that's what the flopping and right.
Gene and I were talking about. I don't know if you saw the show, but like Gene and I were talking. You were working. Gene and I were talking about fucking football, soccer, and like that fucking flopping shit. That stuff's been going on forever, dude. And like the better you can do it, the more it's believable.
It benefits your team. Yeah, the more it benefits your team. So why not do it? Why not do it? You're gaining yourself an advantage. Yeah.
With LeBron, we were just talking about the flop. He fucking act like he gets fouled all the time. Dude.
The flopper. Yeah.
He's doing it on purpose, you idiots.
Yeah.
Do you think that people are actually hurting LeBron James? Because that's what it sounds like you're saying. They're not fucking even giving him a scratch. He's doing it on purpose. He's doing it on purpose so that the refs will be in his pocket.
Yes. 1000%.
Guys, come on. Yeah. I know that didn't used to be a fucking thing in the 90s because you just played it out. And if you don't think LeBron James could fucking play it out in the 90s,
he could play it out.
I think that we probably have a different conversation.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's not even talk about it real quick because he could play it out. He could play it.
Yeah, totally.
That physicality. Yeah. He doesn't have to use it as much. That
Karl
physicality.
Malone.
Yeah, that physicality. Pick and choose when he uses it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, like at the end of the game, when he knows he has to make the layup, and if he gets the fucking foul call because he fucking flopped earlier, that's just a plus.
It's just a plus.
He's just gonna bowl through you.
Absolutely.
Bowl right through you.
Quick fun stat real quick that's not related to the Suns or anything else we've talked about. So Paolo Banchero makes 40% of his points either in the post or at the free throw line.
Wow. He is a
rookie.
Dribble penetrating madman.
He is, man. He is.
He's like Aaron Gordon's size. He has like Aaron Gordon size.
He does.
With like almost like a Tatum style of dribble penetration.
Well, and that's the thing. I was listening to the Bill Simmons podcast, and they were talking about how Tatum has just really stepped up his game as far as getting to the line. Like, and you're already seeing Paulo's ability to get to the line at this point in his career. Like when he gets that three down, holy fuck, everybody! Let's watch out for Paulo Banchero. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
Yes.
Like if he's already getting 40% of his points either in the post or at the free throw line, like I said, once you get that three down, it's a wrap.
And he's got a good looking shot. I mean, his
form's not bad. Yeah, it's just the fact that I don't know. I love watching him play. Yeah, it's good stuff.
You can just tell that the athleticism was there before the shot developed. So therefore he obviously goes to what he knows. And that is to dribble penetrate and be the best athlete on the floor, which
absolutely
he almost is on every NBA floor at this point. And if you're that kind of athlete, you were fucking way that kind of athlete back then. So that's what he knows. Like he just, people were probably telling him hey, you got to develop your shot, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, bro, if I'm going to score 35 by just fucking dribble penetrating, though, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I can't be like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go out and I need to get my points how I'm going to get my points. Like, I can't just like start fucking practicing during the game. I'll practice when I'm practicing. All right.
Correct.
We're talking about practice.
Correct.
We're talking about practice, man. We're talking about practice. Practice, man.
We
Not a
talking about
game.
practice?
Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and I put 110%. You guys see me play. Not a game. Have you noticed how drunk he is during it made the fucking interview so much better to me when I realized how drunk he was. Have you noticed how drunk he is?
Yeah,
dude,
it's nuts. Like the more and more I watch it over the years, you start to notice little things.
Hammered. He's slurring. He slurs practice
slurring
every single time he does it. Practice, man. You're talking about practice, man? He's just saying practice. Practice, man. He's like fucking, he's drunk as a motherfucker, dude. It's great. I love it. He's fucking so wasted. I love Allen Iverson, bro. He's one of my favorite players of all time. I love Allen Iverson. But yeah.
Well, I'll talk about a dog. But anyway.
I actually have written on my list right here. I have Magic 5-20 despite talent, ?
Yeah, and they just won tonight in overtime. They beat the Clippers tonight.
I just talked about the Magic last week.
Yeah,
like,
and
they have the worst record in the NBA.
Yep. The Wagner bros stepped up huge tonight.
Franz and Mo.
Franz and Mo, man, they stepped up huge tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Markelle Fultz tonight. Hit a couple free throws to help seal the deal tonight. So shout out to him. You know, just from where he came from. You know, with the whole 76ers thing and not being able to shoot, and people were out on him. Good for him.
A lot of people forgot about that shit when the Ben Simmons stuff was going on too, because that just starts to seem like that's a fucking organizational problem as well, that they don't treat deficiencies well. And yes, you drafted him number 1 overall, and I understand that he has a deficiency, but you can't fucking just berate the guy until he gets better. That's what it seems like they were trying to do. And they literally almost forced Markelle Fultz into forgetting how to fucking shoot. And I'm not blaming, obviously that's a lot on Markelle Fultz. I'm not saying that this is completely Philadelphia's fault or their front office, but it seems like now we've developed a pattern where.
Yeah. And again, Dan, I think it all goes back to the mental health of it too. You know, I mean, the lack of being able to handle mental health is obviously an issue for the 76ers. So they need to get their team psychiatrist figured out ASAP.
And get their fucking their coaches or whoever the fuck is talking to those players on a regular basis to understand a little bit better, because you're not helping at this point. You're fucking. Do you think Markelle Fultz knew how to fucking shoot a basketball? He was the number 1 pick in the NBA draft.
Yeah,
he knew how to shoot a basketball.
You guys go back and watch him at Washington. Fucking just go back and watch some of those clips, man. He could shoot then, and it
stud.
Obviously, stud. 1,000%.
And somehow he gets to fucking Philadelphia, and the management forces him to forget how to shoot, probably by treating them like he was an asshole because he couldn't shoot that well. And they probably knew that before. And then instead of making it better, like, hey, let's get you in the gym. You know, we'll get you fixed. We'll get your shooting coach with you. They are probably like, why can't you shoot? It's like, what? Why can't fuck you, dude?
Yeah, like fuck what are you talking about?
For real.
Yeah, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Don't like they just don't like dudes who can't shoot in Philly. That's basically like, if you can't shoot, like
obviously.
Fuck you.
Yeah. If you're not JJ, get the fuck out of here, man.
You're not Joel Embiid.
Real quick on Joel Embiid though. I know we haven't talked a lot about him lately, but I don't think people like Joel Embiid, and I think Joel Embiid is an asshole.
I know that people don't like Joel Embiid. I don't think he's an asshole, dude. I think he's a sarcastic prick. I think there's a little bit of a difference. I think he's very sarcastic. I think that he kind of thinks that he's a lot smarter than he makes the common smart guy mistake and thinking he's the smartest guy in the room all the time.
Smartest dude in the room. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. And like in his position, how can you blame him? Because
fair.
These motherfuckers talking shit to him don't have fucking 8 million fucking Instagram followers, do they?
No, they do not.
You're the smartest guy in the room when you're doing that.
But is it? I don't know, man. Like, is it I mean, I'm not saying Joel Embiid's not talented. I'm not saying he's not their best player. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying is his mentality and just his personality is that a downfall of the 76ers?
Of course it's a downfall because if you're looking at basketball or any sport from a GM's perspective, you don't want your players to have personality. You want your players to be robotic. You want your players to be in the gym all the time, not say anything, shut the fuck up, play basketball. Honestly, that's what you want, because that equates to wins faster.
Shut up and dribble, Dan.
Right. That equates to wins faster if you're a GM, right? I mean, it does.
It does.
But that's not going to happen. And the good GMs understand that obviously these are people who have their own opinions. And like Joel Embiid happens to be very outspoken about his. And
he does.
The motherfucker is from Cameroon, bro. He didn't exactly grow up in the most advantageous of environments. All right. So that chip on his shoulder is big. And it's even bigger than he is. It's even bigger than he is.
It is.
And
but
honestly,
but I mean, I'm just saying, like, I just don't know if they'll ever get over that hump to win the championship with him.
It's absolutely to answer your question, it's absolutely a downfall.
Yeah, I just, I've always kind of thought that, and we've never really talked about it, so I just brought it up tonight. But yeah, I mean, you look off. I mean, you look what he did to Ben Simmons. I think Ben Simmons could have used a little bit more TLC in his time there. And obviously he kind of threw him under the bus, and he hasn't done James Harden any favors either. I don't know if you saw that report. I mean, granted, it's not really that big a deal. Everybody plays with everybody during the summer, but I did see that James Harden was doing some pickup ball with some of the Rockets young dudes over the summer. So
Jalen Green and those boys, I saw that.
Jalen Green and those boys, yeah. So I mean, it just makes you wonder, like, if you think if you're tight, I mean, yeah, it's great to show me clips during the off season and training camp when him and Harden are shooting around, but does that equate to chemistry on the court? I'm going to say probably not. So yeah, it's just too bad, because I'd really like to see James Harden get a ring here. So.
Do you think the Embiid thing is about him? I think, and this is my guess, and this is totally just a guess, but from what I've gathered, I think it's almost that Joel has his own group of friends. He has his own social circle that he hangs out. I don't think he hangs out.
Whoever they are. Yeah, whoever they are. Does he talk to anybody in the NBA? Like, I mean, literally, like, this is the generation of, buddy, right? Like, you go to the Olympics, you go to the All-Star game, you get, you make connections and you make a team that way. And it's like, what, you don't hear anything about Joel Embiid being tight with somebody.
Exactly. I think that's what happens is those guys get there and they think like, they think it's supposed to be this one thing. Like, oh, he's the star player. Like, he's supposed to embrace all of us, be the leader, blah, blah. Right. And I don't think that Joel Embiid backs that up, and that's just his personality. I don't think that he does it, and they kind of takes him back a little bit. They're like, oh, whoa,
oh
like
shit, there's actually a reason Jimmy Butler left. Oh shit,
right. He comes to practice. I bet he practices hard, communicates with them, does whatever the fuck he wants. There's no personal talk, probably. Very rarely does he ever have small talk with anybody. Most likely,
rare. Yeah,
comes out, does his job, and then when he leaves. And those guys are like going out to clubs and shit, because they are like, these are friends and stuff. They don't have clubs, doing whatever the fuck they want.
No doubt.
He's not ever there with any of them. Absolutely. He doesn't talk to any of them. None of them probably have they have his number, but they don't ever fucking talk to him because he's not interested. And that's such a weird thing though, right? Because like, I am totally fine with Joel Embiid being like that. Like that's his job. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Can you win like that in a team sport where
no. I don't think you can. And not only that, here's another point just to, off of the Joel Embiid thing. Like, we talk about the MVP and things and the fact that he should be up there, in that top echelon, 1, 2, 3, right in there like he has been lately. Is it also kind of how he portrays himself to the media that also hurts him as well? Media gets a vote on that. NBA media gets a vote on that, and there's not a lot of podcasts I listen to. There's not a lot of things I read that are, super positive about their interactions with Joel Embiid. So it's like, it's just going to be really interesting to see how his career plays out, because, he's kind of the detriment to his own career right now.
it's weird because I like it. I like it because he's a sarcastic prick.
Yeah.
And I'm a sarcastic prick, and
Fair.
I get it.
Yep.
Right? Like I get where he's coming from, but at the same time, like if you don't think that's hurting his career somehow, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. It's not ideal for him to be a sarcastic prick all the time. And he's stuck to his guns. Good for him. I mean, honestly, you got to respect the fuck out of the dude.
Yeah.
I don't think he cares.
He is who he is, unapologetically. Yeah. He is who he is, unapologetically.
And for that, we have to throw mad respect at him, honestly. Like it, and like you said though, to answer your question, ultimately, yes, it is detrimental, and I think that he doesn't give a fuck. I think that he thinks he can win. Probably. I think he thinks he can probably win without doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, that hasn't proven to be true. So
absolutely.
Whether or not that's is or not, we don't know. I mean, there's been teams that have done it. Like there's completely disconnected, weird Toronto 2019.
Toronto. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
that's a completely disconnected. None of those guys.
Kawhi wasn't super tight with all those boys.
I don't think Kawhi's super tight with anybody. I think Kawhi might have a little. Kawhi might be like on the spectrum. He might be on the spectrum. And basketball is like his savant.
Way to get it out.
He's super weird. If you ever watch him, he's like super. He is. I think Kawhi's all about ball for real.
He is all about ball. He's all about ball. 1,000%.
He also is kind of like a hypochondriac. Can't be a hypochondriac on injuries and be like all about like he's just like it's a little bit of a tweak. Can't play tonight. I get it. Kawhi. I get it. Like, and he's still good, bro. I mean, the other night comes out, fucking has like 35, fucking whatever and what.
Hit the buzzer beater on what? On like Monday or Tuesday? Hit that buzzer beater on Monday, Tuesday? Yeah. Yep. He didn't like overly wow you with his play. But he came out and hit the buzzer beater. So that's what
has he ever?
For. That's Kawhi. Well, that's true. That's the thing. It's more methodical in that way. He plays at his own pace. He does what he wants to do, gets to his spots, and finishes the game for you. That's what he's there for.
And what a perfect fucking match made in heaven, coach wise, when he had Pop at first.
Absolutely, that was
that
great.
Style.
That was great. Yeah,
and they know what they're drafting to.
Oh, no doubt. Well, and then it was also interesting. I know we had a few other things to talk about, but tonight during the Magic Clippers game, like in the first quarter, the announcer, not sure who his name is, Clippers announcer, was praising the fact that Kawhi played 9 consecutive minutes in the first quarter before setting down. Because usually usually they play him in little spurts, and he doesn't usually play a lot of consecutive minutes. So tonight, and that's just mind-boggling to think about. When you go back to, just up to the point where he was healthy, the fact that they're praising the fact that he played 9 consecutive minutes in the first quarter is unbelievable.
It really is. It's almost like that 2019 title in Toronto was like the worst thing that could have happened to him, because now he thinks that that's like the norm. Like he can just kind of just coast through a year, win a title.
He wants to. Yeah, come in when he wants to, and no, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I just found that super, super odd, and kind of in awe of the fact that that's where we're at with Kawhi right now, is the fact that we're praising the fact that, oh my God, he's played 9 consecutive minutes. It's crazy.
I don't think there's ever been anybody who's that good who can just willy-nilly walk in and be like, oh, well, yeah, let's get it all together. And then there's never been anybody that good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's never been anybody that good.
Not at all.
Clearly.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
This is the highest level. And that 2019 title, almost I feel like it might have falsely made Kawhi believe that he can just kind of just willy-nilly fucking walk in and be like, oh, yeah, well, we're just going to win a title now. Let's win the title.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul George, though, man, total shell of himself, too, by the way. Granted, I realize that was an obvious thing, but it's just man, you just keep waiting to see it. You just keep waiting to see, Paul George in some form, whether it be, semi OKC Paul George, or because you're obviously not going to see Pacer Paul George. Those days are gone. But I mean, glimpses of that, maybe, like 50% of that, 35% of that. But I mean, it's just like, holy shit, I mean, you look back, the Clippers have got to be like, damn, we gave up how much?
Right. Yeah, exactly. You put us into a long-term hindrance with your presence. And
absolutely.
Some of that fucking Kawhi shit's rubbing off on Paul George. I don't care.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was going to say too, it's not just PG it's not just Paul George, also Kawhi too. I mean, it's just, wow, but I remember back when they did that, I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Like, they're going to be right in there. And then, but who would have thought, who would have thought that they would have this kind of luck? Seems like
kind of makes me pissed that we missed out on like several good Western Conference series.
Yes,
where those guys were just
absolutely.
like not around, and everybody's like, are they really hurt, or are they just like still resting from the regular season? Like, don't you rest during the regular season to play the postseason, not rest the whole regular season and then rest in an important playoff series? That's not how it works. Either play in the regular season and get hurt in the playoffs, or fucking don't play in the regular season and play every goddamn minute in the
playoffs, which is the way it should be, honestly.
Right?
Because that's when it matters anyway.
I think that 19 title gave Kawhi the false sense maybe that he could do that, and it gave him the false, or not the false sense, that he would just kind of give up. He was like, I have he has three titles now with he had 2 with San Antonio, and then he has one with Toronto. I think he was like, that's a wrap. I'm good. I got my money. I'm solidified.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that he kind of gave up. I think he quit.
I'm just gonna go chill. I'm just gonna go chill in San Diego with my family, and it's been real.
Collect my checks, and I don't want to do all of that work that I had to do in my first 10 years, because that's really hard. And I 100% get it. I 100% get it.
Man, but boy, you think about it from the standpoint of just like, back before he got traded to Toronto, like everybody was just kind of mind boggled that like San Antonio would just, so matter of factly just be okay with it. But it's like, damn, that they had to know more in the injury facets of it all to be okay with that.
Right.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if at some point we'll ever recover it, if I'll ever do like a 30 for 30 on that or whatever, but I'd really love to see that at some point.
I would like to see some real Kawhi Leonard interviews where he doesn't think that he has to say, 100% a lot of effort. Did really good tonight. My teammates did good. Like, I want to see some real Kawhi Leonard. I want to see Kawhi, like actual Kawhi. I want to see him actually as a person, because I've never seen it. Not
laughing once. Kawhi, that's what you want to see, right?
You want to see him smile. Yes.
Yeah. You want to see that kind of,
He's like Mike. He's like Mike Winchell from fucking Friday Night Lights. Get Mike Winchell to crack a goddamn smile. There it is. Trying to get him to laugh the whole time. Y'all want to win? Put Booby in. Y'all want to win? Put Booby in.
For sure.
All right, buddy. You got anything to end it?
Yeah, real quick. If you're a Kyrie fan, obviously, if you saw, Nike is cutting ties. I just copped a pair of Kyrie 5s for $67 the other day. So
really,
yes.
So get in on that, because I love shoes.
Get in on that, and it's on Nike.com right now. But they're definitely going fast. But I caught me a pair before they get $67, man, for some Kyries.
Like the Ron White thing. I'm never buying Nike again because of what Kawhi said. Never gonna buy anything Nike again. I'm not. I'm done.
It's a wrap.
Nike jersey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep all the Nike stuff that I have, but no more Nike.
For sure. Yeah. Right. Yeah. No more. This is it. Like I've capped myself.
I make my stand on anti-Semitic comments by a guy who has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. That's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. Nike
hates Jews too, by the way. Hates them.
Yeah, hates them.
absolutely hates the Jews too.
You took too long,
Hates it.
Nike, because that guy clearly hates Jews, and he clearly knows what he's talking about.
Not to mention the fact that you got children working in your sweatshop right now to make your apparel, but that's neither here nor there.
Jump off the fucking roof because it's a nightmare in that place. Like they have nets around the outside of your factories.
Boy, we thought COVID was bad. I can't imagine the type of shit that pops up in those factories.
Anybody who's like on a high horse at Nike is like, oh, Kyrie needs to go. Has never been to China. Has never, not once been to China to one of those factories and went, oh boy, we're doing this. Okay.
This is how we operate. Okay.
So Kyrie's actually probably a pretty good guy, huh? Because we're pieces of shit, right? Now, are we pieces of shit now? Yes. Yeah. We're the biggest pieces of shit.
Let's reevaluate ourselves here. Let's look in the mirror for 5 seconds.
My piece of shit scale just fucking went from like this big, like it's way up here now. Like I'm way up here. Yeah. Find a bathroom in your room, Nike. All you guys who work for Nike,
Phil,
find a bathroom.
Come on, Phil.
Find a bathroom.
Come on, Phil Knight.
One of your 18 bathrooms in your house, Phil Knight. One of the 18 that you have that you don't even know about half of them.
Even though the fact you only use 3 anyway.
Walk into one of them and look into the gigantic porcelain covered mirror you have on the wall and take a deep look into that fucking mirror. And then tell me that you would fucking cut Kyrie Irving again.
Absolutely. They picked up Ja too in replacement. Saw that today. Ja's gonna be getting he's gonna reap the benefits of
oh man.
Of
Nike's
Kyrie's loss. Yeah.
Nike's trajectory is really going down, huh? Trading out Kyrie for Ja.
Yep, absolutely.
Trading out the better product. That's interesting.
No doubt.
That swish, man. It's all about that swish.
Gotta keep it. Gotta keep up the prestige. No doubt.
Good show, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, watch the Magic, people. Watch Paulo Banchero. Watch those young dudes. Yeah. They're
5-20.
Yeah,
you see it on the screen.
Yeah. Don't pay attention to that. Just ignore the record and just watch them ball.
They're
Bull tonight had like 19, dude. Went off. Dude.
Crazy talented. They're weirdly talented for how bad they are. And it's because they don't play any defense.
Zero.
Franz Wagner is a fucking liability. Franz Wagner is a liability on the defense field. He is. And so is Bol. He just gets abused.
Yeah,
but
he does.
Offensively, they're a carnival ride. They're fucking great. It's great.
They're awesome. All right,
buddy.
All right.
Have a good night, man.
You
stick
too.
around after show. Stick around after show. Hang on, I gotta play this fucking shit. Hang on. Remember last time when I just didn't shut it down? Like I thought it was fucking the end.
Yeah, and then
there we go.
Yeah, and then you did some things afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like peeing out the door. There's a fucking just peeing out the door. Turn it
You'll go, even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
I'm just gonna end.
Go.